one of the brood. Shabbat Shalom. Set something up real quick.
Matthew 5:44-47. But I say unto you, love your enemy, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them that despitefully use you and persecute you. 45. That ye be children of your Father which is in heaven, for he maketh the sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. 46. For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the publicans the same? 47. And if ye salute your brethren only, then what do ye more than others? Do not even the publicans so?
Time for us to show that love. Show your love does. That's how we supposed to. We supposed to love the whole world. You know? But listen, have I told you I love you? 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 Love thy neighbor like you love yourself. Put away your selfish ways and pray for somebody else. In all kindness and meekness, love is the strength. To hate is the weakness. Shining like the sun, he taught us how to be righteous. We are all the strive to walk beside of his likeness. Operating in the spirit, put on charity. If you see someone without, provide what they need. Extend their hand, pull them up out of hole. Be an example to the world, let them see how we glow. The chosen people, we them Israelites, not only outward but within. Put on the steel elected, put away sin. Keep the commandments of the Father, show them that you love them. Look at your brothers and your sisters, tell them that you love them. Look at your mother and your father, tell them that you love them. You never know when you go, so tell them that you love them. And so I'm asking, have I told you I love you, my brother? Have I told you that you mean the world, sister? Have I told you I love you, If you need a friend to
Take hold of my hand. Let me help you out.
a word used too loosely, exaggerated, blown up, juicy. Love to me is 1 John chapter 5:3. Not just the Father, but it's supposed to bind you and me. That's how I gotta be here for you, and you there for me. I give you a pork chop sandwich that ain't charity. And if we have ups and downs, disagreements found, we must repent and forgive and bring it back around. Yeah, I know that I deleted you from Facebook, cause you destroying yourself, and I can't look inbox up and I didn't block you. Text me, anything you need, I'm still here for you. Test me. Stuck my neck out for you. It wasn't pop or love. When I uploaded the cub, man, miss a love. I sacrificed looking tough for this rude love. So come on, bring it all together, baby. Group hug. Have I told you I love you, my brother? Have I told you that you mean the world, sister? Have I told you? Have I said it to you lately? My family, my friends, take hold of my hand. Take hold of my hand. Alright, I don't just L-U-V-U, I L-O-V-E-U. In all caps, no cap on love for my Hebrew. First, but I love all them other people too. All tribes that follow Christ, unconditional and true. Have I told you I love you lately? Well, frankly, I do. Frankie Bevan Mays, when you love someone, gotta let that play through. One of the least of the commandments that could make or break you. Even though real love can be demanding, the Father did not forsake you. So now you gotta return the favor. Gotta show more love to your neighbor. That's how you like shine like a lightsaber. Make joy on suffering your labor. Got a masterpiece of love and no limit. And you gotta have faith, weakness, temperance, gentle fitness, be the fruits of the spirit. Against them, no law is given. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. Gotta be humble to them and put them up on the shelf. That's the key to longevity and to good health. This is how you operate to get the kingdom wealth. And if you have Christ, your flesh is crucified. You gotta walk in the spirit, cause we got new life. Abiding in love is where the truth lies. So go to your brother and look into his eyes and say, love you, bro. Have I told you I love you? I love my brother. Have I told you that you know what sister me? Have I told you I love you? My family, I need a friend. Take hold of my hand. Take hold of my hand. Have I told sister? My brother. Have I told you that you mean the world to me? Have I told you I love you, love? If you need a friend, take hold of my hand. Take hold of my hand. Read the Bible, Luke 6 and 32 through 35. For if ye love them which love you, what thank have ye? For sinners also love those that love them. 33, and if you do good to them which do good to you, what thank have ye? For sinners also do even the same. 34, and if ye lend to them whom ye hope to receive, what thank have ye? For sinners also lend to sinners to receive as much again. 35, but love ye your enemies, and do good, and lend, hoping for nothing again. And your reward shall be great, and ye shall be the children of the highest. For he is kind unto the unthankful and to the evil. To the evil. To the evil. To the evil. Shabbat Shalom, everybody, in Christ's precious body. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Got a few I am in here. I know it's late. I know it's very late. Shout out to you if you're on the East Coast and you're still watching. Because I know it's pushing 1 o'clock on that side. But I just want to tap in for the Sabbath, Shabbat Shalom, and say something. Right. Tariq Nasheed and Umar Johnson getting into it, huh? My fault, y'all. I'm just scrolling. Checking things out. Just tapped in freshly to the internet. The internet. Sound like a trap, huh? Yeah, but guess what? I think it's Genesis 50 and 20. Let's see what that says. Am I correct? Let me type that in. Regarding the internet, right? The internet. The www dot, right? The YYY, which is the 666, right? They meant that a trap for us, but it ended up waking us up, bringing us to this Hebrew truth, and at least starting us out, because we are kind of left hanging if we don't complete the course, right? We got to go all the way through. When do you finish? At love and charity. That's what all of this is trying to get you to, right? It's not about your problems. It's not about all of these reasons that you get stuck on. No, all of us have problems. We all have problems. Gather up knowledge and wisdom. Gather up all you need to know to become a charitable heart. And then from there, you start doing selfless, charitable deeds, right? And that's the finish line. Can't stop nowhere short of that. But you can get started, and you can start staying out of trouble. You can pull yourself out the streets and all of that right here on this internet. You can get on the path, and you can get all the way to where? To the cherry on top. Boop. What's the cherry on top? Boop. What completes the law, which is what the Most High says to do. That's what the law is. The Most High's wishes for us when he put us in this body and gave us this earth, it came with an owner's manual. That owner's manual is called the laws, statutes, and commandments, right? His orders. And what's the cherry on top of that? What fulfills the law? Love, charity. That's why it's covering a multitude of sins, because it's the embodiment of what he asked us to do. It all equals that. When he told us, man, what did he tell us? Line that precept up. We're going to talk about it. we're going to get that. I'm going to pull that into y'all's screen so you can see it. Ain't it? These. Let me get this on y'all screen real quick. Right. This is Matthew 22 and 36 through 40. It says, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? 37, Yasha said unto him, Thou shalt love thy neighbor, right? Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, Salakia, and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. That's the first and great commandment, y'all. All of this law got chopped down to 2 laws. What are they? That's the first one, right? This is the first great commandment. 39. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. 40. On these 2 commandments hang what? Hang all the law and the prophets. In the New Testament too, but the New Testament is being written at that time, ain't it? So that's included too. Everything is hanging on love and charity, fam. So we got all of these gurus everywhere and all of these super smart people and all of these scholars and all of these teachers and all of these shepherds, and none of them are teaching love or the seriousness of it, right? But far as this internet goes, how did that go, right? They put it up to destroy us, right? To reel us in to a satanic net and trap us, right? But it ends up waking the elect up, right? A lot of us came into the truth on this net. So that's Genesis 50 and 20, it reminded me of, right? But as for you, ye thought evil against me to create this net, right? But God meant it unto my good. But the Most High, he meant that to wake us up and find him, right? But the Most High meant it unto my good, to bring it to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive, to save many people, right? Yes, 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 yes. Glory to the Most High for that. Right. You wanted the Bruce, Shalom. Francis Johnson, Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Salaki. Shabbat Shalom. It's a special one tonight. My sister D'Amico Shaw, Shabbat Shalom. Araka. Shabbat Shalom, my sister. Right? My wife, Lynette Brown, Shabbat Shalom. Right? Hebrew Bell, Shabbat Shalom. Michelle H, Shabbat Shalom. Fumbling over my own tongue over here. Michaela Williams, Shabbat Shalom. Mark AZ is in the building, Shabbat Shalom. War and Peace, Shabbat Shalom. Right? That's interesting. War and Peace. Right? Hezekiah Israel, Shabbat Shalom, sir. War and Peace. That's an interesting name to choose. Feed my curiosity, Yak. Why the War and Peace as a moniker? Right? If you would dare go into that a little bit, and I see things like that, and it it interests me. So if you would, and if you're still present, go into that and just let us know why you choose that as a moniker. Kasad Allah, Shabbat Shalom. Blessings, everybody. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Right to all the family out there. All you beautiful people in the world out there. Right. Shout out to all of us who was on the call. War and peace, that's all. Just war and peace, huh? It's more. You don't want to talk about it or caught you off guard with the question. It's okay. All right. That's your name, though. You chose that. So if you like it, my brother, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying nothing. I promise. I ain't talking slick. You know, I ask us what I ask us about our name every now and again. Because that's your moniker. That's what you want people to see and read every single time you are on the internet and you interact with people. My name is War and Peace. All praise to the Most High. But Shabbat Shalom, family. I can't stress it enough. It is the Sabbath, right? The best day of the week. The day that the Father gave us to rest from all things and to just relax. Right? So, shout out to everybody who's really doing that, who's going to take this 24-hour period and do just that. Right? And got a video here. Let's watch this video here, right?
Made grass lawns a status symbol. It meant you had so much money, you didn't need your land of future. No. You were never supposed to have a lawn in front of your house. Did you know that? Before. Well, here's what it made you. Think about it. Before lawns, most front yards grew food, fruit trees, vegetables, herbs. But in the late 1800s, elites in Europe, wealthy elites in Europe, I'll say, made grass lawns a status symbol. It meant you had so much money, you didn't need your land of future. Now that's a flex, okay? So America copied this trend. Cities encouraged it. Developers, they built it into our neighborhood designs. Wow. And eventually, HOAs, local lawns started banning front yards altogether. So now lawns look clean, but they replaced something essential, right? Our daily connection to food. They made us more dependent on grocery stores, supply chains, and the very systems that profit from our hunger. Now, a nice patch of grass, it looks nice, right? It looks nice. Right. But a patch of food keeps you alive. One builds status, the other builds freedom. And if lawns had never been pushed on us, our neighborhoods would be filled with edible gardens, fruit, nuts, seeds, native wildflowers, small community orchards. Every block would feed its people. That's crazy. What hunger? Every yard would be a little ecosystem, nourishing, abundant, and free. But instead we have this.
But instead you have that. Just grass. Did y'all hear what he said? Did we hear what he said? Right? Let's play it again.
Well, here's what it made you. Think about it. Before lawns, you're supposed to have a lawn in front of your house. Did you know that? Before. Well, here's what
you were never supposed to have a lawn in front of your house. Tell me more.
Grew food, fruit trees, vegetables. Here's what it made you. Think about it. Before lawns, most front yards grew food, fruit trees.
Most front yards grew food. Time to put that back, huh? Right? Or you could use the backyard. Right? But he's just telling us how the front lawn came about. Once upon a time, that was food and fruit and vegetables. Right? That's interesting, isn't it?
But in the late 1800s, elites in Europe, wealthy elites in Europe, I'll say, made grass lawns a status symbol. It meant
when?
But in the late 1800s, elites in Europe, wealthy elites in Europe, I'll say, made grass lawns a status symbol. It meant you had...
Right. The late 1800s, that ain't nothing. That was just, right? Wow. It's interesting.
I'll say, made grass lawns a status symbol. It meant you had so much money, you didn't need your land of future. Now that's a flex. In the late 1800s, elites in Europe, wealthy elites in Europe, I'll say, made grass lawns a status symbol. It meant you had so much money, you didn't need your land of future. Now that's a flex, okay? So America copied this trend. Cities encouraged it.
You didn't need your land to feed you. It was a status symbol. You see that? They used that for so much stuff, right? Status quo, right? The in thing to do, the trendy thing, you know? They sell us with trends and they take us off with things that have so much meaning, right? Just like Lucifer, right? Just like him. Oh, what? All you got is that? You just doing that? Right? He comes in with this great new idea and take us off of things that mean so much and replace it with what? A dream. Just a dream. That's all it is. Some type of status symbol. That's what you give up. That's what you give up, fam. Right? You give up life. You give up freedom. You give up, you know? Let's hear some more of this.
It's simple. It meant you had so much money, you didn't need your land of future. Now that's a flex, okay? So America copied this trend. Cities encouraged it. Developers, they built it into our neighborhood designs.
Built it into our neighborhood designs.
HOAs, local lawns started banning front yards altogether.
Banning them.
So now lawns look clean, but they replaced something essential, right? Our daily connection to food. They made us more dependent on grocery stores, supply chains, and the very systems.
Right? And it is in our law to not fence off your corners, to leave your corners open, you know, so that the people who are hungry in the community can go through on all four corners of your orchard and pick the fruit and eat. And they ate that, y'all. What about them? What about the homeless and the hungry? You see how we cut them out? That was in the Most High's plans to always have. So you see why we got to bring that back? I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to fence off four corners of the orchard, you know, for anybody to just pick and eat. Right? What a blessing that is. What a blessing. You know, we need to put that back. It'll be so much things that are corrected if we just return to how the Most High originally said to have things, right?
Banning front yards altogether. So now lawns look clean, but they replaced something essential, right? Our daily connection to food. They made us more dependent on grocery stores, supply chains, and the very systems that profit from our hunger. Now, a nice patch of grass, it looks nice, right? It looks nice.
Right.
But a patch of food keeps you alive. One builds status, the other builds freedom.
Sad.
And if lawns had never been pushed on us, our neighborhoods would be filled with edible gardens, fruit, nuts, seeds, native wildflowers, small community orchards. Every block would feed its people.
That's crazy.
What hunger and what hunger?
What
Every yard would be a little ecosystem, nourishing, abundant, and free. But instead we have this.
Instead, we have this grass, lawn, right? What a shame. Mark AZ, I remember as a kid that little house on the Prairie TV show, everybody talking about that white picket fence. That's crazy. Con. Lynette Bronze says, I remember being able to pick fruit from people's trees on my walk to and from school as a kid. Right. On here, keeping up with the Gentiles, I mean Joneses. Wow. Right. Yeah. Traditions of men, says Hezekiah, Israel. Yeah. Mark says, laugh out loud. I was just going through the scriptures and my name was mentioned twice in the Old Testament in different meanings. Just wondering on that. Bring it out, Mark. It's a clever way to word play, if that's your real name, Brother Warren. Ephraim Yasharala, Shabbat Shalom, fam. Right? Ricardo Gonzalez is in the building. Shabbat Shalom, sir. Right? Brother Ray is in the building. Shabbat Shalom. Right? Happy Sabbath, everybody out there. Yair. Shabbat Shalom. Right? Everybody out there. Pray you guys keep a nice solid Sabbath for the Most High on his blessed day that he prompted us never to forget and to keep it holy, to keep it separated from every other day and the things that we do on those days. Right? I'm just tapping in real quick, speaking to you. You know, shooing a blessed Shabbat Shalom on to everybody out there. You know, my best wishes. You have all the comfort in the world, right? All the comfort possible coming out of the realm of love, right? All the joy. I pray nothing upsets you on your Sabbath. I pray your Sabbath is really peaceful. I pray nobody attacks you on your Sabbath. I pray nobody insults you. I pray nobody assaults you. I pray you don't go nowhere where you can get assaulted, right? I pray nobody cuts you off in traffic and send you into a fussing rage, right? I pray, I pray, I pray, right? Yes, yes, yes. Pray you all the joy out there. I pray it's really a peaceful 24-hour period, right? And matter of fact, let it drag on, you know. I really pray nothing ever disappoints you, right? Unless it's going to grow you at the end. Unless it grows you. unless it grows you. You understand? Unless it makes you a better man and woman at the end of it, ain't it? Yes, yes, yes. I pray you all the tranquility and joy, right? Because we be running around angry. We're angry, we're sad, we're confused, emotions like this, you know, emotions like those which are of the adversary. And we should be feeling joy. We should be happy. You know, you have overcome, family. You have got with Christ. You have met back up with the one who laced the earth, made the earth and made us. We have made it back to him. We have made it back under his good graces, right? We have made it back up under the shadow of his mercy. And he has won all fights for us, right? He said, be at peace. He said he has overcome the world, right? And then he shed his blood, and we are attached to that blood. So keep that in mind when you're ready to stress out over this little junk in the earth. You know, that's just Satan trying to bother you because he know your father is over there. But you don't worry, because your father is over there, but he can be here in a second. He ain't went nowhere. He said, I will never leave or forsake you. Right? So I need y'all to toughen up a little bit out there. Right? And smile in the devil's face. Smile in his face, y'all. Everything is going to be all right. You know? I know it seems like a problematic walk at times. No, it's not. Right? Be okay even with being alone sometimes. Be okay with that. When it's time for you to be around a bunch of people, then the Most High will have you around them. But if you by yourself, take that time to look inward, look inside yourself, open your book, read your book. That's usually what he wants us to do when he takes everything off from around us. That's supposed to be our time with him. Okay? Yes, yes, yes. That's what he be wanting. For us to spend the time with him. Open your book. Come here. Watch some of these lives. You know, start from the matches and work your way on up. You know, yeah. Catch a lesson anywhere. Do something Christ is involved in. Something to grow from. It's so much wisdom and knowledge, you know. We really don't have time. We really don't have time to be doing anything else. Jump in your book and read, right? And really use your mind while you read. Don't just blow. Don't just blow through the scriptures. Pause at every mark and really examine what you just read, Selah, right? That's what it means to Selah. That's when you pause and you stop and you think about what was just said. Because it won't mean nothing. It's like water. You just roll over it and stop and look at it again and picture that in your mind, right? And think about what that looks like. And that's how you bring the scriptures alive and you make them mean more than just words, right? And that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. You know? Shout out to all of y'all who love when I'm in the scriptures, right? Yeah, I'm seeing it with my mind, right? And then I'm able to voice that, and it takes you also there. So we're reading the same scriptures, but it's like we're going somewhere different. Like we done been all over the world, right? Mark AZ is bringing out 2 Timothy 2 and 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Christ. Yeah. Therefore, another word for so. So, right? Furthermore, and all of those type of words, right? Endure hardness. It's gonna be hard sometimes, but it's gonna get back around to the beautiful, the gorgeous, blessed times. It's coming back around. It's coming back around. You know, man, the Most High, when He fills our life, this other junk can't touch us, y'all. It can't touch us, right? 2 Samuel 13 and 28. Let's go there. Let's go to 2 Samuel 13 and 28. Now Absalom had commanded his servants, saying, Mark ye now, when Amnon's heart is merry with wine, and when I say unto you, smite Amnon, then kill him. Fear not, have not I commanded you? Be courageous and be vigilant. Right? One of the scriptures that mention Brother Mark's name, right? 1 Kings 20 and 7. Right? Let's get the other one. 1 Kings 20 and 7. Then the king of Israel called all the elders of the land and said, Mark, I pray you, and see how this man seeketh mischief. For he sent unto me for my wives, and for my children, and for my silver, and for my gold, and I denied him not. Right? Well, you have a whole book of Mark giving his account of Christ in the New Testament, Mark. Right? So Mark is in this book. Right? What does Mark even mean? What does it even mean? Right? What was one of those scriptures? 1 Kings 20:7. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see here. Mark is H30 and 45. It means to know. It means to be known. It means knowledge. It means to perceive. Oh, it means to shew, to show. It means to tell. It means to wish. It means to understand. Right? It means certainly. Boop. It X does what? Marks the spot, right? Certainly. Woo, woo. X marks the spot, right? Acknowledgement, acquaintance, consider, to consider, mark them, right? Mark them who are unruly and blah blah. Mark them who labor among you. Mark, right? It's to stamp something. It's to pay attention, right? To declare, right? To declare, that means we can easily see what you are and who you are. Why? Because you are a mark, right? Like what a beacon is, a beacon of light, right? It helps ships find themselves. That's a mark right there. That's a landmine that you can find, that you can set, right? You can set thing on landmarks, right? It's a place that's always going to be the same. It's something to identify something by. That's what a mark is, right? To teach. You teach when you mark something, right? This is this, and it will always be this. You can learn by that, right? To cause to know. That's what it is to mark, right? And all of this is on H30 and 45. You die. That's a you die. That's right. That's how you say your name in Hebrew is Yadai. By character. You be sure. Because it's another character that look like that. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm right. So you die. So H3045, Mark. Die. It's spelled like this. It's spelled like that, Mark. So, all praises to the Most High. When we finally get you in that water, we make it official when I ask the Father for your Salakia, right? For his mercy, for your sins and all of that, you know. And ask him to receive your soul. Glory to the Most High. Right. Deuteronomy 7 and 9. Let's bring that one out. For the Sabbath, for Sabbath night, Deuteronomy 7 and 9. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. To 1,000 generations, right? Know therefore. So mark, mark therefore, mark that, right? So that you always recognize that, so that you always see that, so that you can always find that, right? Know therefore, know what? Mark what? That the Most High our power, he is all power, right? The faithful power. He's faithful. He ain't gonna give up on us when we want to give up. Sometimes after we done gave up. I don't advise you do this, because sometimes he let us slip off into other worlds while we in this condition. So I don't reckon anyone do this. But sometimes you drift off and you fall off for some months and you go chasing back after that devil again, and you know what I mean? And the Father will still be sitting there waiting for us, right, when we get back. Now, he gonna punish us. He gonna put us through some things, right? But when we give up on ourselves, he still ain't gave up on us, right? That's faithful, right? He is the faithful God, which keepeth covenant That's why, because it's a covenant. Even when we done with it, we don't want it no more. We be trying to run off. He's still in covenant. That's a covenant. We're still married, right? We are still married, even though we don't see eye to eye sometimes, just like a marriage. Even though we might argue sometimes, we see things differently and we can't understand why the other one is tripping, right? But you will smile again, you will hug again, you will love again, right? We always come back around, we always fix things. That's a covenant, right? And what? And mercy, because he's the one who's right. So when you're right and you still receive the other one, what is that? That's mercy. When you still receive the other one back into your good graces and train them and teach them more and smile again with them and love again with them, you're showing them mercy, because you really could have cut them off when they went astray. You really could have cut them off. You really could have been done with them. You had every means, right? You had every means. You could have did that, but you kept it real and you kept on loving on them, right? All praises to the Most High. That's what He's doing with us. He's showing us that mercy, right? Because He is merciful. That's why we give Him all the glory, all the praise, all the honor, right? With them that love Him. When we love Him, He loves us back. How do we love Him? And keep His commandments, right? And unto 1,000 generations. So we can always come back to this. It don't matter what generation we own. We can always return to this and love our Father. It don't matter how many of our other fathers went off. It don't matter. When you're ready to come back to your God, He's there for you. Because He made some promises to Abraham. That's why. Right? And as well, if you are a Gentile, you are grafted. You are grafted in. He is the Father of all. He is the Father of every living being. You don't have to go back to those gods that are over you. You can jump over the top of them and praise the God of Israel who created all things. Right? And I welcome you. I'm not one of these other guys that's going to tell you all of these lies. They lying. They got their own personal wishes and beliefs in the truth. Right? And I'm going to tell y'all something that's going to, stir some things up. But why do you think we went into captivity in the 4 corners of the earth? We went to get the Gentiles that's going to serve our kingdom, y'all. That's why we went into captivity. What other reason do you think we went? We already had us in the land, and we're coming back with less Israelites than who left. He suspended us all out of those lands, millions and millions of us, right? And we're coming back less. We're coming back, a remnant is coming back. The whole nation left. All 12 tribes, 13 if you want to count Dan, right? We're coming back Spreckles, but we're bringing all of these people who cannot be numbered, and uh, many of them are Gentiles, y'all. Most of them are Gentiles. They're who gonna work and set up our new kingdom. We're not going to be doing any work. We're doing our work now. So, what other reason do you think you went into captivity just to come back with a few Israelites when a whole bunch of them left? You went to go get the Gentiles who were going to serve in your kingdom. That's kingdom building. Don't tell me about kingdom building if you're not talking about that. That's kingdom building. Right? All of this you went through was for that. We're going to come back and he's going to say, okay, you got your Gentiles? Okay, all praises. Come on. Right? And guess what? The streets of gold and this and that and the blah, blah. You see, you know, the 12 addresses and you know what I'm saying? All of this stuff. Streets made of gold. All the glass is going to be jasper stone and you know what I'm saying? You know how it's described. So, yeah, there is no room for zero hate, y'all. Zero hate. What does hate do? It blinds the eyes. You cannot see when you hate somebody, when you hate anybody, right? How did you learn the Hebrew language? I spent time in them words, right? I spent time in them words, and then I saw how the Bible is speaking it, you know, and that helped me to shorten a lot of things. I'm able to say a lot of long sentences, and they're cut down to a few syllables now. You might hear that in that last song, in the Thunder, right? Just spend time in the words. Hit us up at I'm gonna start going into some Hebrew because it's too many of y'all asking. So obviously it's something that we want to do. You know, I couldn't find enough people that wanted to do it. You know, through my years in that place where I came from. But you know, I guess y'all want to learn some Hebrew. If y'all want to learn some Hebrew, hit this email address right here that's on the bottom of this screen. Right, and we'll figure out something. We'll figure out a atmosphere where we could throw some words around and let them roll off our tongue and learn some Hebrew, right? Absolutely. Huh? Hawad Haya. La Ahaya. Bahashan Yasha. Kakamawa. You know? But let's get something else. Let's read something else. About the blessed persona of our Father, the merciful and the terrible. He's all that. He's all of those things. He's going to be whatever you make him be. Right? Revelation 3 and 10 tells us, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Yikes. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Because thou hast kept my word, have kept the word of my patience. So, the word of his patience, what is that? What is the word of my patience? If you're keeping these words, these are the words that compel me to be patient with you. You see that? Because you have kept the word of my patience, there is a key to a lock of my patience that makes me spare you. If you do those things, right, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. Right? So temptation is going to come upon you, but it ain't the hour of temptation. Right? It's the temptation that you got to go through in order to build this up with him. It's proving those things to him that when it really counts, when it's taking the rest of the world down, right? Because it say, which shall come upon all the world. Right? So that's coming. That's on the way. But he going to keep you from that. Right? I will keep thee from the hour of temptation which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. It's going to try them. Right? You ain't going to have nobody to run to because they're going to be going through it too. But now when this happens, you ain't going to need to run from nobody because he going to keep you from that hour. Y'all see that? So go through this little thing now and prove yourself to him. Because the one that's going to take the world down, he's going to keep you from that. Right? Mark AZ is in 2nd Esdras 2 and 32. Embrace thy children until I come, and shew mercy unto them. Right? For my wells run over, and my grace shall not fail. My wells run over. Right? Oh, it's gonna be spilling. You could just sit your bucket up against the side. You ain't gonna have to drop your bucket down into the well. You could just sit it over. It's spilling over. Right? That's how much mercy he got for us. Right? All praises. And his grace shall not fail. His grace is gonna conquer what he sent it to conquer. Glory. I'm Jack over that candlestick right here. Love this light. I'm so proud to be that servant of Israel. I can't wait. Glory to the Most High. I love you so much, Mark AZ, man. You a beautiful soul, beautiful spirit, man. You know, keep chopping it up with me, man, the way we've been chopping it up. You know, behind closed doors and not, man, you know. Don't worry about nothing, brother. You know? Yes, 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 yes. Unfailing faith, faithful. Right, 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 right. Right, 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 right. Let's get us some more. Let's get us some more. Right, what Busta Rhymes say? Give me some more. right? Keep the scriptures coming. Why? Because it's the Sabbath. Happy Sabbath, everybody out there. Shabbat Shalom. Been waiting all week long, ain't it? James 5 and 10 through 11. Take, my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of our power, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. 11. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of our power. That our power, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. Right? So take, my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of our power. Take those words of the prophets, right? They told us in the Old Testament about our power. Read those stories. Take into account what's happening in those stories, right? When did the Most High ever leave them hanging who did him right, right? For an example of suffering and affliction. Oh, we did so much of that. Man, we bumping our heads in them prophet books trying to keep this law, right? Much suffering and affliction, right? And of patience. They had to be patient, right? 11. Behold, we count them happy which endure. We count them happy who lasted through that, right? Who seen the other side of it, right? Who saw that triumph and that victory and all of that. Man, those are the stories we look to for strength, right? So, what you gonna do when it's time for you to go through that? Fold? No, you gotta come out on the other side the same way we saw them come out, right? It's gonna be hard, but you can get through it. Don't fold and moonwalk like Michael Jackson back into your sin, right? Nah. There's another move Michael Jackson did that I would rather stick to, and that's staying on my toes, right? He. You know what I'm saying? Ye have heard of the patience of Job. Remember Job? Remember what Job went through. You remember all he went through, right? And how he came out on the other side of that, right? And have seen the end of our power. We saw how, the Most High brought him through that thing, right? That the Most High is pitiful. The Most High, he feels pity for us, you know. If we set ourselves up for him to feel that, you know, it's all about what you do, in your affliction and in your suffering. There's a way that you can make him feel sorry for you. And when he feels sorry for us, not only does he bring us out, but he blesses us after we're out. He puts us on top, right? Or we can anger him while we down there. And he'll leave us down there for the longest time and drop extra stuff on our shoulders, depending on how we act. But if we know how to beg him, right? If we know how to give him all that glory and beg him, right? And tighten up on our obedience when we see ourselves going through things. Because we be going through things and we think just because we going through some, I hate this, I'm going, and then we start rebelling because we're angry. Don't do that. That's the time to tighten up. That's when he's going to appreciate it the most. And that's when he's going to show you himself the fastest. Right? When you have every reason not to, that's when you do good, and that's when you're going to see his power, right? And what? And of tender mercy, his tender mercies, y'all. Right? All praises be unto his holy name. Right? Yes, yes, yes. Tobit 14 and 7. Right? I love Tobit. We were hard headed there, ain't it? Gonna grab Tobit 14 and 7. Line it up. Put that on the screen for y'all. Tobit 14 and 7 says, so shall all nations praise the Most High, and his people shall confess his name, right? And the Lord shall exalt his people, and all those which love the Most High in truth and justice shall rejoice, shewing mercy to our brethren. Right? So yeah, that's Israel. That's Israel and all, right? And those which love. So if you love the Most High, Israel or Gentile, this is including you. So shout out to all of them out there who's talking about who's not going to be saved and all of that. There's another scripture for y'all that says you shut up the kingdom from others and you don't even know if you're going in it yourself. Right. Let's get that one there. For all us condemners out there, I don't condemn anybody, y'all. I don't want anybody to miss this kingdom, y'all. I don't want anybody to miss it, right? Matthew 23 and 13 tells us, but woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men, for ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering in to go in. Right? Neither it costs you anything that the people who are going in are going. Like, why are you even talking about that? Why are you even condemning people? Why are you why are you even saying? Who even asks you who is going in or not? Why are you making that a point of your speech? Right? Who asked you? Right? And it be the wildest guys, you know? But we love them too. We love y'all too, man. You know? Love is not being kept from any soul breathing in this earth right now. There is love for all of you. You know, but we gonna talk about what you give us to talk about. You know, and I'm sure you're gonna talk about me. You know, I don't get mad. You know, I love hearing how people see me. Oh, yeah, okay. Because I also see what you have to ignore in order to see what you're seeing. Oh, so you saw that, but you missed this. Okay, all right, I can dig it. You know, and it shows how biased we are and all of that, and how religious we're religious. And religious is versus the spirit. The spirit sees everything, right? And all things are pure to the pure. It's not gonna miss. It's not gonna miss a blessing, right? Con. Right? But yeah, definitely don't want to stop on no note like that one. Let's get a little bit more. Let's get some more. First Peter's 4:19 is a good one. Right, and let's shut it down off of that so I could go get off into this warmth, chill with the family, enjoy my Shabbat as well, right? First Peter's 4:19 says, "Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit the keeping of their souls to Him in well doing." So that's what you do, ain't that what I said? Oh man, when it's hurting the worst, and when you're in the most trouble, and when all of this is going on, and when you're irked and your nerves are bad, and you know, and you've been having a rough week or a rough month or whatever, and you're feeling low and you're feeling down, that's when you go do good. Combat with good. Go do good, right? Don't fold under your pressure and then go start sinning because things ain't working right. No, that's when you go do good. Because that's what Satan is tempting you for, to make you go sin. Don't let him win, right? No, go do the right thing, even more so, right? As unto a faithful creator. Because your creator is faithful. But we going to have to go through some things. We going to have to go through it, y'all. Because if we don't, guess what we going to do? We going to slide backward. We going to go backward, y'all. Because we get bored. So he has to turn up the heat. And it forces us to do better, and it changes us. It burns out the imperfections that are in our soul and makes us a better characterized person, right? They say struggle builds character, right? I've been through a lot, you know? So, people feel like I got character, and then they be shocked when I tell them all the stuff I've been through. I've been through some Crazy stuff, y'all. Right? 31 years in that world. Oh man. That world did not play with me. My life was action packed at a young age, too, 10, 11. Right? Four years old. You know? Tell y'all one day about things I was doing at the age of 4. Had to have been a demon because nobody taught me those things, but I knew them. I was by myself and I was doing the craziest stuff. And I grow up and I look back and I say, who taught me that? How did I learn? How did I learn that? Something was talking to me. My mom didn't show me that. My parents didn't show me that. I didn't have no older people turning me out, right? Facts. But on another day, if it be the Father's will, right? Revelations 14 and 12, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Ahiah and the faith of Yahshua. Right? Who's texting like crazy? Why ain't you on the live? Why are you not on the live? Oh, that's my brother. It's my oldest brother. Right? Y'all know I got an older brother, right? He's a he's on the pro-black thing. You know, he be on Dr. Umar Johnson and guys like this, right? Ray Hagen's, you know, but they like to talk, you know. They love talking to somebody who prays the Most High, who has the knowledge and the wisdom of the Most High. They play around with that stuff, you know, but when they serious, they want to come, you know, get a conversation with a man of the Most High, you know, the real creator of the heaven and the earth, right? And then eventually, that's when they're ready to give their life, they come. All right. You know, and that's what we gotta do. We gotta be unbiased, you know, and we just gotta talk, you know, keep talking to him. Keep talking to him. Never expecting anything, just being there, being the ear when they want to speak, and being wisdom when they want to open their ear. And that's all, you know, and that's how I am. I don't expect anything, y'all. I don't expect nothing, man. You know, I'm always shocked when I get blessed with something, you know. When something comes my way or when somebody gives in to what I'm saying, you know, I never feel like, yeah, 'cause, you know, I never charge that to no ego of mine or nothing like that, you know. Saw the Most High, man. Saw the Father, man. You know, he chooses who he wants, right? He chooses, y'all. We don't choose. Warren Peace is bringing out Hebrews 10:35-36. Cast not away, therefore, your confidence. Yes. Which has great recompense of reward. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Most High, ye might receive what? The promise. Because there's promises. There's promises, attached to everything that the Father asks us to do. He didn't ask us to do nothing without a promise being attached to it, y'all. Everything he's telling us to do, this is how we win uh, his everlasting, not the stuff like, not the mercy that we receiving on the earth and then we die and then, we go someplace where he's not going to be. No. These promises, they are for eternity if we do what he says, y'all. Right? So that we might receive the promise, right? After we have done what? The Most High's will. So it's patience. We got to be patient. We got to be patient through that, right? Which has great recompense of reward. So it's a payback. It's a payday, right? There's a payday. It could be the day of the Lord, which is dark and no good thing, or it can be the recompense of reward, the payback of reward. Right? Yes, yes, yes. Cast not away, therefore, your confidence. What is that? Faith. Your confidence is faith. Every time you see confidence in this book, that's speaking the mustard seed, right? Faith, y'all. All praise to the Most High. Blessed Sabbath, y'all. I'm going to try to tap in. I'm going to try to tap in with y'all tomorrow. Right? And spend a little moment with y'all, maybe at the end of the day, maybe early in the morning. Right? What if I came in here at 7 o'clock my time? Would y'all be awake? I know it would be 10 on the East Coast. It'd be 9 down south. If I came in here at 7 o'clock, 7 a.m., California, would you be awake? West Coast, West Side, would you be awake? Right? I don't know. We'll see. However things work out, right? Glory be to the Father, man. Love the Most High tonight, y'all. If you're awake before you go to sleep, man, just close your eyes and tap into that realm and really see the Most High on that big golden throne sitting on fire, right? With his son to his right side and his wife on the left, and just picture them up there surrounded by angels in the seventh heaven, right? In the realm that's right on top of the electric blue up there chilling, right? With a host of angels and other powers. And just really just see that and just really just dig deep down in your heart and love on them, right? And thank them and be thankful, right? That they had your eyes open to see this realm and to breathe this air and to eat all the good food you've eaten in your life, right? And to be in love those times that you were in love with your husband and your wife and brought forth children and did all of these beautiful things, man, right? And for the eternity that they're giving us action at. And just love on the Elohim, on the Godhead, on the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, right? Ahaya Bahasham Yasha Kakamawa, right? Yes, 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 yes. All right, Shalom, y'all. Going here. Boom, bang, kapow, right? Love y'all.